I've been stuck in this little tiny dungeon room for about an hour now. I had no idea how to get out. I went to every square inch of it. I was finally supposed to take a stick and light it on fire from this fire and then go light this fire over there, which opened the door. But man, it took me an hour. Was getting a little tilted, but we're back on it now. Good luck, us. Game over. Does this mean I lose?
We're almost an hour in. 47 to go. It's gonna be a great summer.
All right, we're here in about hour 6.5, and we're faced with a very difficult decision. Quite the spot here. So I don't know what's more plus EV. How do you like to marry Melon? Malin. How would you like to marry Malin?
I'd rather try and marry someone.
This, yeah. We just finished day 1, and we are doing okay.
How do you feel like it's going, Jack?
It's not going well right now. I'm not sure if we're gonna make it. We seem to be at the second major point of the game, which is like something dungeon, and I got stuck on it for a little while. So it is about 6 a.m. We're gonna slumber for about 6 hours and then get back on it. We'll play a good day tomorrow, at least like 12 hours, and see where we're at. So I have no idea where to go.
So Jack's done pretty good, but still a long ways to go. Oh yeah. We just killed the bad guy.
Woo! Let's go!
Going a little surge of energy.
We're out of the Deco Tree. We're out of the dungeon. We're on the way to find our first spiritual stone.
Are you enjoying the game?
We gave up with about like 10 hours to go left, and there's just no chance that I was gonna go. So, no chance I was gonna get it done. We slept a little and now drove up to Choctaw to play the 350 500,000 guaranteed. We're like 25 minutes late, so we're gonna just late reg and then see if we can run it up. I'm playing this kind of in practice for the main, the WPT main that's happening next weekend. It's 3,700, so we're gonna fire at least once in that. Probably, well, shouldn't say probably. We'll fire 2 bullets if we bust the first day. We're coming back Wednesday in a couple days. Nick and I are playing the Heads Up event from our bet, so I'm paying the entry for both of us into that one. That one will be a blast. I am super excited to play a Heads Up tournament. You rarely get the opportunity to play a Heads Up tournament live, so definitely going to jump on that when the opportunity exists. I encourage that for everyone, actually. Like, if something comes up that you don't get a chance to play very often, just go play it. Like, it's fun, and poker's fun, and we're doing this because we love this game. Like, I love sitting down and playing poker, so like, why not play a Heads Up tournament? That's what I want to do. Or why not play a deuce to 7 triple draw tournament at the World Series? That's just what I wanted to do. So, I mean, if something fun comes around and you just want to do it, just do it. Do it! I mean, honestly, don't be like, oh, it's $350 tournament. I mean, we do this because we want to have fun. Like, it's a Heads Up tournament. When do you get to play a Heads Up tournament? Like, never. So, just do it. Just do it. If you want to play PLO one time, like, do it. Just have fun. Just, like, don't lose the drive for the game. Because the drive for the game is what will keep you going in the long run, I think. And this helps me playing tournaments or playing Heads Up tournaments or playing PLO, deuce to 7, mixed games with friends or casual game, drinking some beers.
That's sick.
You know, I'm going to do what makes me happy. I'm going to do what I like. I'm not going to be one of those people that just plays the same game all the time. I need a little something that will like spice it up. a little bit of a change, fun, a little bit of gamble in here. So yeah, we are here, gonna play the 350. There's 6 starting flights to this tournament, and we're playing the very last one. We were busy playing some Zelda. We decided to do the prop bet because I was down quite a bit of money on PP Poker. The last like week or so, I'm stuck about 35,000. So a pretty good amount of money there. I'm stuck like 3 of these cars that I'm driving in. But, you know, I'm not really upset about it. I wanted a little break just because I felt like I couldn't win. But I'm not really that upset about it. Losing's gonna happen, and I've went on some sick upswings lately, so I know a couple downswings are gonna hit me here and there. You can't really let them affect you. You gotta just keep being resilient and keep playing. And one thing to do when you're on downswings is just like go do something fun like this, like play a 350, huge multi-table tournament, see if you can run deep. Kind of takes your mind off things, and then tomorrow I can get back to grinding some PLO and then play some more tournaments and do whatever, live the life. All right, we're gonna take not that one. All right, good luck, guys. It is nighttime, and we bagged up for day 2. So we have a very, very healthy stack. We have probably top 10 stacks out of probably 250 remaining, which I guess is about 10% of the field. We ran super good today. Wow. We managed to hit a 3-outer, a 2-outer, and a 1-outer. So we're only on risk on the 3-outer, but the others definitely helped, and were some pretty big pots. So we busted our first bullet. We ran ace king into pocket 6s on a 3-bet pot. A lady cold called the 3-bet pocket 6s, and the flop was ace king 6. So we're just gonna lose all of our money there with the amount of big blinds that we started with. We're just gonna lose in the tournament every time. We're just gonna get stacked, nothing that we can do. So we decided to rebuy one more time, and then if we busted that, we're just probably gonna call it a day. But we ran it to the moon. So we have 240K going into day 2, probably a top 10 stack. And yeah, the average is 75 and big blind is 3K. So let's do it. Let's do it one time. Let's ship this thing. Probably 250K up top would be nice. That would be nice. Some hands that we played today. One of the first hands, we had a crazy dynamic on on the first table of the second bullet. There's this guy that had never played poker before, it looked like. He didn't know what a big blind was. He thought that he had to put the big blind out on every hand, so he was just limping every hand and pretty much limp calling every hand. So the whole table dynamic was around him. He was under the gun in this hand, and he limps. And then another guy who is a very big recreational player, let's just say that, he over limps at 200, 400. We raised to 2K to try to isolate the main guy personally, but the second guy can come along too if he wants. He's pretty much limp calling or limp folding every hand. And we have ace 2 of clubs, and we make it 2K. The button ends up calling, the guy that doesn't know how to play poker ends up calling, and then the other recreational player ends up calling. So a little more than 8K in the pot. It comes ace, king, 10, rainbow. And the recreational player bets 1K into 8K, and then the other guy ships it for 12K. We decide to go all in for our remaining 10K. Honestly, I'm feeling pretty good about our hand. I know the board is like kind of scary, but against these two players, I think that they're really going with it with like any pair, any gutter, honestly. So we're pretty happy. We're not stoked, of course, but we're pretty happy. I think it's a good spot going with an SPR of like 1. Well, the button ends up calling, and now we just know we're dead. So we end up flipping over our hands. The guy that bet 1K ended up folding, but we end up showing our hands. The button has king 10, so bottom 2, and then I have ace deuce, and then the other guy has ace 4. So we're most likely going to chop with him, but we're not going to get the chop if the other guy wins. And the board runs out, and a little deuce ball on the river. Deuce ball, baby. So we stay in the tournament, and we get a pretty good stack from that pot specifically up near 40K. A couple orbits later, we have queens and end up getting it all in against a guy pre-flop who has kings. One of my buddies is actually behind me, and he's like, dude, you run too good. You know a queen's coming. You know a queen's coming. Flop is jack, jack 5, and then turn queen. So we end up shipping a big one there. So our chip stack is well over 100K at this point. And then we get into another hand where we raise 4-5 of hearts and then end up getting 2 callers. And the flop is 3 hearts. I don't remember exactly. I'll look later. But flop was 3 hearts. We bet. He calls. Turn is actually another heart, but it gives us a straight flush. So we decide to check it, and he just shoves. And I say, man, I'm sorry. I got this one. And I turn over my straight flush, and he actually flopped a flush with 7-8 of hearts. So we had a 3-hour outer, followed by a 2-outer, followed by a 1-outer, and that's how you get chip leader of a tournament, baby.
Wow, winning.
So the biggest hand that I played today, though, was actually not me sucking out on someone. I raised ace queen of spades in middle position to 4K on 800, 1600. One caller who is right to my left, and everyone else folds. So it's heads up to a flop of king 10 7 all spades. So we flop the absolute stones here. We check it to him, and he just decides to bet over the pot. So that's nice. He bets 12K. So we think a little bit, thinking like we have a hard decision. We call. Turn is an 8, and I check it over to him again, and he quickly checks back. So at this point, I think that he's mainly bluffing. Probably doesn't have a value hand or anything of consideration, really. When he the insta check, I just didn't think he had any much. Then the river was a jack, an offsuit jack, and so it brings a one-liner to a 9 now. We check it over to him again, and he makes a healthy bet of 21,000, and we ship it, and he snap calls us, and he has ace 9. So he rivered the straight, and he flips it over, and I flip it over, and I was like, you know, I got the nuts. And then he's like, dang it, dang it, I didn't see the flush, man. I was like, oh man. Yeah, those were the hands. Those were the big hands that we played today. We're involved a lot, actually. It was a really fun day. I had very talkative tables. We were all having a good time. Had a couple beers at the end. It was very good atmosphere the whole time here at Choctaw. Overall, a great day, and we're going into day 2. Super good chip stack. We got a chance at this, so gonna go in tomorrow, try to play our best, try to get lucky when we need to, and we're gonna take this thing down. I am playing day 2 of the 350 500K, and Alice is playing the ladies event. So I don't even know what to say besides that. Alright, what's up guys? We had an interesting first 4 levels. So we just played 2 hours of day 2, and we came in with one of the chip leaders. We had 240K, and in the first 30 minutes, we were down to 60K. So the chips come easy, but you lose them easy sometimes too. The first hand that we played was a limp, and then a min raise, call the min raise, another call on the min raise, and I have king queen offsuit in the small blind. I decided to 3-bet, so I 3-bet to 41K, and the limpers fold, and then the first raiser ends up calling. And the flop is queen high, queen blank blank. We shove for about half size pot remaining, but the pot's pretty big now, it's about 100K, so we shove for about 50. And he calls, and he has ace queen, so we're not gonna win this one. We ship him almost more than 200K pot, so that was one of the first couple hands we played. Not going well so far. About an orbit later, we pick up kings in middle position. We raise it on up. The same guy that just beat us in the previous hand calls. The flop is queen 5-5. I c-bet super small, about 6K into 22K, and he makes the call. The turn is a 3, and he leads now for 15K. We make the call, and the river is an offsuit 8. He leads again for 32K. We call, and he unfortunately has ace 5, so we're gonna ship him another pot there, and we're down to about 60K now. And then we steal a couple blinds, and we're at about 100K, and we end up shoving over a guy's open with jacks, and he has 9s and makes the call. We hold, and now we're back up to 200K, steal a couple blinds up to 250, and we just lost a couple, but we're sitting at 180K, average is about 120. The bubble burst, so everyone's in the money now. About 5% of the field remaining. 150 players and 130K up top, so we still got a chance. Good luck, guys. All right, guys, there are 14 people left in the tournament, so 13 people left in the tournament, so it's getting down to that time. The last 3 tables have been super fun. Every hand matters. It's definitely a different experience than cash games. We have 1.7 million right now, and the average is 1.7 million. So let's try to make that final table, ladder our way up, and try to take this one down. It's about to start back up, so good luck, us. We're busto. We got 6th place. So we cashed for $26,555 from a $350 buy-in. It was a good 2 days. Let's just say that. Our bust out hand was, we were at the final table. There was 2 really big stacks, and then the 4 of us had very similar stacks. And we shoved king jack offsuit, and the chip leader woke up with aces. So we were drawing dead on the turn. And
how many big blinds?
It was 12 big blinds, sorry. So it was pretty short final table, but wow. It was a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun the last 2 days playing, and definitely getting to a final table, and just like each person getting knocked out, and each hand so important. It's really fun. So I'm gonna go back home now, take a couple days off, and then play the heads up in a few days, and then the 3,700 main events next weekend. So hopefully we can make another deep run.
Today, Alice? Day 3. WPT main event, $3,700 buy-in. And we got 31 players left.
400K on top.
454,000 for first place. That's what we're going for. Today we're playing down to the final table.
6 people.
6 people. It's Alice's tournament to win. Good luck us.
We're getting super duper excited right now. We're gonna take it down. It's gonna be fantastic. Deep run for both of us, and now hopefully Alice is gonna shine. What's up, guys? Woo! Playing the WPT Choctaw main event.
Let's make cash.
Alice and I just made the cash. 95 players placed in the money, and we started with 766 entrants. And I squeaked in with 3 big blinds after starting the day with a good chip lead. I lost all day long. Squeaked in with 3 big blinds. Then I doubled up and tripled up since then. So we're back to 18 bigs.
Good job.
Alice has been crushing it. She started the day with about 20 big blinds and now has 50 big blinds, 500K stack. Things are going awesome and we're super excited. Unfortunately, Jack busted out, but we're 2 for 3 out of the tournament, out of our tournament buy-ins together.
Only 81 person left.
81 people left. Let's run it up. What's up, guys? Chris here. How you guys doing? Right now behind me, Alice is playing the WPT main event, $3,700 buy-in. There's 25 players left, and today we're playing down to 6 players. Pretty crazy how we got here. Today's Monday, and last week on, I think Wednesday or Thursday, we were looking at the WPT series tournaments and weren't even sure if we were going to play or not. I think Jack had planned on playing the main from the beginning. Came down to Choctaw during the week, tried to play some satellites, didn't go his way. And then Alice and I decided to follow suit. And so Alice came down here on Wednesday or Thursday, I'm not sure, and won a satellite for herself. $350 buy-in satellite to get her seat into this WPT main event. And now she's min cash for at least 14,000, and she's got a chance at 454,000 for first place. Super sick. And as you know, she's already won that PCA package as of recently, so starting to hit some career highs right now, and it's pretty fun. I had a pretty amazing time as well. I came down on Thursday. I played cash Wednesday night at WinStar, then woke up at 9 a.m. on Thursday morning in WinStar, drove an hour to Choctaw to play an 11 a.m. satellite, which was a $130 buy-in, plus an extra $300 for rebuys and add-ons and chips. So it cost me $330. I played that for several hours before busting, which was disappointing. Then I played about 2 hours of cash before jumping into another 5 p.m. satellite on the same day, and I managed to scrape into a WPT seat with only 1 big blind. It was quite the series of events, actually. My last 2 hours of game time, I had about 6 bigs or less. Couldn't find a double up, couldn't get anything going. Just kept trying to hang on, kept folding, got down to like 3 big blinds, and then managed to triple up. So now we're playing for the main event seat bubble. I was down to get back down to about 1 big blind. The blinds are 15K, 30K, and I have 37K in my stack. And I pick up ace king under the gun. We get it in against the big blind, who has pocket 9s, and we end up busting out. We brick. And as far as I'm concerned, I just
picked up 1900 cash, right? Well, the tournament director's like, hold on, we got another player all in, we got to count the chips. And I was like, I have one big blind, there's no chance, like there's no chance that I'm ahead in chips. He comes back, tells me the other player had 25,000 in chips and I had 37,000 to start the hand. So we win the seat. Pretty sick, one big blind. That second satellite cost me 430 after all the add-ons and stuff. So all in all, it cost me 760 to get my main event seat, which I'm really grateful that I got. Squeaked in, and then day one of the main event, Jack, Alice, and myself were all playing. Alice and I both getting in through our satellites. Day one went really well for me. I managed to chip up to 280,000 chips, and I think Jack had 70K and Alice 50K at the end of day one. So we all three bagged for day two, and I was feeling really optimistic coming into day two with a good chip lead, but day two didn't really go my way. Missed almost every flop I played, and made some probably loose calls post flop that I could have avoided. Anyway, lost most of my stack throughout the day. I was on a constant downtrend. Alice, on the other hand, was on an uptrend. Jack busted pretty early day two, and so then we were playing to the cash. End of day two, I'm down to, like, again, 3 big blinds when we're on the money bubble, and I scrape into the cash for the main event, which is pretty sick because even though it's a min cash, it was 5,700, and that's a big score considering my buy-in.
Reset their time banks.
Okay, we're down to 24 players now, so that means that everybody gets fresh time banks. They get 6 now, and everyone's on a 30-second shot clock. Alice has locked up 16,500 so far. We're doing good. We're happy. So back to our day two. We squeak into the cash with 3 big blinds, and then right after the bubble bursts, we shove under the gun with ace 10 offsuit for 6 bigs. The button rejams, and then the big blind calls the rejam. And the button has pocket 8s, and the big blind has ace king, so that's pretty unfortunate for us to be sharing an ace. The board runs out all brick, 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 river, 10 ball. Hit the 3 outer, triple up to 18 bigs, and all of a sudden we're right back in it with a chance to play down to first. 95 was the cash, and so I managed to ladder up from 95 to 73rd place in that time with my 18 bigs before eventually busting. I squeezed over 3 players with pocket 5s with 10 big blinds. I think it was a mistake, but I got called by queens that flatted a raise. Anyway, so that was the end of the tournament for me.
All right, players.
But such a sick ride for me. Super happy. And now we're just here railing Alice, hoping she takes down the whole tournament. Good luck, us.
So you just played the main event and had the deepest run and biggest cash of your life, right? So tell us about the weekend.
That's a very fun tournament because actually I'm very surprised. A lot of big name pro come to play and from different countries. I'm very bad at recognize people's face, so that time I didn't recognize any of them. I only recognized Jeff Kaale. And after the tournament, I checked the name at my table. It's like This guy have 5 million results. That guy have 8 million results.
So you end up making it down to the final 2 tables, right? So tell us, how does it feel when you're sitting there with only 16 or 20 people left and you realize one of these people is about to win $500,000 and it might be me? How's
No,
it feel?
I didn't feel that time. That time I only felt no matter what's the result, I already have fun. The tournament, the whole thing is so fun.
So this was your biggest cash ever, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and I know you said it's one of your biggest goals is to win a main event of some sort. Do you feel satisfied at all with a 16th place, or does it only make you want to go even further?
No, this only makes me wanted to win more, not just the cash value. I mean, to make deeper and win the tournament.
Yeah.
Yeah, and at this tournament, one thing is very fun is I played. The first day we played 14 hours. The second day we played 12 hours. The third day we play maybe like 3 hours. The hand I busted, it's a flip coin, and that's actually the first flip coin in my whole tournament.
So what was the hand you busted out on? Can you tell us quickly?
It's just 6s against ace king flip coin.
You just shove?
Yes. There's a hand, it's a second orbit of my day 2. And after 1 orbit, I have 50k. That is like 20 big blinds. There's a hand is under the gun, opens to 2.2. Get 2 callers. I have ace 10 offsuit on big blind. I decide to. I don't think shove is an option because, like that time I was compared to the table, I was pretty short, and the under the gun open, usually I will respect a little more. So I don't think I have fold equity, and I don't think I have the best hand. I decide to call and see the flop. I have a very nice flop. Flop comes ace 10-3 with a flush draw. The pot is 8 big blinds. I decide to open shove here. 18. I shove 18 into 8 big blinds because here when I shove, I think if someone don't have an ace on this board, I can extract more value on the later straight, except they hit some very strong hand like small pair hit a set, or like king queen hit a gutter. If they don't have an ace, it's like I just can't have value from on this board. But if they do have the ace, the way I played is pretty much like flush or something. So I think I can stack ace. I shoved an ace call, and I double. Yeah. So this is a board. It's like if nobody have ace, everyone will check down, and nobody hit the turn. I will just I bet nobody call. But if someone had an ace, I shove here. Someone will call.
We're going on a trip in our favorite rocket ship, zooming through the sky. Little lights guide on, climb aboard, get ready to explore. There's so much to find. Little lights guide, we're going on a mission. Start the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Stop giving up.